Hey, what's up guys, Diplex here again. Welcome back to Squad Ops. I am so excited to be back here again with another Saturday event. We're going to be following the British forces in today's operation. They are tasked with destroying Russian supplies in one out of two possible positions. So the Russians have set up position here in Neva Lower and in Neva Upper. So they've had to split their platoon in order to defend one or two of these locations. Now the British forces only have to destroy one out of the two supply locations, and I just followed the commander during the briefing here for the British forces, and their target has been selected. It is indeed going to be Neva Lower. If you look at the minimap now, before I turn it off, you can see that there are two big British sections on either side of the river here, with Neva Lower in the middle. Now, since the Russian platoon has split up their forces into two parts, they're going to have to do with 50% of the manpower during the initial stage of the attack. Once the battle gets going and gets a little further underway, I am sure that we will see plenty of Russian reinforcements from Neva Upper arrive down here in Neva Lower to try and defend the supply cache. British command also stated that in case resistance is too tough down here, they could pull off and attack Neva Upper, so they don't have to commit to one target. I'm going to go ahead and quickly refresh the silhouettes a bit here so that we get a good idea of the action. That should be all I need to do. So now we're going to have all the forces marked out in red and blue silhouettes. We're following the British team today, since they are a fairly new faction here in Squad. I always find it quite cool when they're present. And if we just take one last look here at the minimap, we can tell that there is about two squads on this side. Splitting up, we have a few troops going here. Okay, seems to be part of a fire team. And then actually only about one squad, quite possibly. And then we have another fire team going down here. So these guys might be scouts slash suppressing fire. Ultimately, if there are more Russian troops in the area, they will arrive from the north. The majority of the British troops will be crossing here to the far west, and that is where we're going to head right now. We can tell that the Russian defense is set and spread out quite nicely. They don't have a lot of infantry in the village itself. There could be a few men that I'm not just spotting right now, but otherwise they seem to be split up in fire teams of 4 and 5. Here by the outskirts of Neva Lower. We've got some good vantage point locations over there by that rock formation. They have a few out here in the open. Slightly worse positions for those guys out there, but they're getting a good coverage in terms of surveillance. They're not going to be attacked by surprise here. We'll see how far the British force flanks around, and we will try and keep an eye on the minimap for the two fire teams, part of one of the squads left there on the far eastern side. So I'm just super excited. This is such a big contingent of British forces coming here. You know what? I'm just so excited to be back in Squad Ops. It's been forever now, and it's just it's a big deal for me. It's a really big deal for me to be back. And I hope you guys are excited for future content to come. I'm going to turn on those silhouettes again.
And there is movement on
got Squad 2,
far end of
Squad
the
3,
area over in Echo
should have Squad
11.
5 and possibly 4 here as well. 5 would be command, there we go, and then 4 should be right behind command. That is correct, which leaves Squad 1 there on the right side split up in 2 fire teams. We can even see them quite far away. And we got 4 men over there. We have Squad lead in the center. He's doing spotting and reconnaissance for command of the rest of the platoon. And then, of course, we have the other fire team moving quite far north. Do we have any eye on Russian troop movement in the north part of this?
It's very thin. There's like 1 or 2 guys laying down on the peninsula.
Really, it's really hard to see. I've had to turn down my view distance for competitive reasons, or I would be kicked out of the game. Everyone in game has to do the same thing, and it's some sort of tournament settings to make things more competitive and even. So I like that they can put restrictions on the server to make the experience equal for everyone. Unfortunately, it does, however, make my spectating job a tiny bit harder. But we're going to be trying to stay close here to all the troops. This is really where you get all the cool angles up close and personal. Especially when you can hear them panic during the action. I just think it's a really cool feature, and it just really sends a lot of adrenaline throughout your body. So, yes. We're going to zoom out a little bit. I'm not sure. See, they're in the open now. This is like a very big flank. And the view distance might just be enough to get them around safely. I wonder if the Russians can spot them. We'll head to the Russians back here, and we'll enable or disable the silhouettes, and we'll see if we can actually make any out. I do also have a zoom function here in my spectator camera, but it is something I'm going to try not use here in order to get an idea. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I can see their logi truck.
they're practically impossible.
And
I mean, if
one
you've got
contact in the ground under the
binoculars, yeah, you could probably spot them. It's not impossible. But it doesn't look like there's
Was he
any
looking at
Russian
us?
ice here looking at
No, it
that
was a logi truck. It
direction.
was just some,
We have a
like
few
some
troops
squad
here,
members milling
but
around.
they don't seem to be paying any attention to the far west,
Definitely
which
didn't
would be in
invite
that
us,
direction. So they seem to be pretty good for now. He's just
Wait, say
hiding
again?
here in some tall grass of some sorts.
Where was he?
We have
He
a
was just
Russian
milling around next
squad
to their
leader
lodge. He
over
was on the
here,
west
but
side,
he's
it was too far away for me
looking
to get
towards the
accurate grid.
east.
It was
Interesting.
in Desma, though. West side.
We'll see how much noise the two
That's fine.
British fire teams, part of Squad 1, can make here on the east side of the river. If it will be enough to grab the attention of the entire
northeast now,
Russian
now that
platoon
we're-
here,
should be
it could
across this
weaken the
field.
Russian defense here to the northwest, and it could also cut off a lot of reinforcements potentially arriving from the north there in Neva Upper. They should be looking to rush down as soon as they realize they're not the target. I'm not sure if the British have assigned this fire team, part of Squad 1, like the fire team here to the far north, to attack Neva Upper, perhaps
one's holding
from
here at that road.
spread out formation in order to
Negative
create
cross.
sort of a diversion. It might actually
Are you sure you're
pull
wanting
some
us to
Russians
move
off
much
of this
more north and
site
then
down
we'll
here
set
on
the
Neva
backtrack
Lower.
we just made?
But it's unlikely. It's unlikely because you should expect tricky place. You should
the field that
expect
I'm worried about. You
diversions
guys
and
confident crossing, and
distractions
I'll leave it up to
and
you.
flanking maneuvers of all sorts. I'm just super excited to see how this is going to turn out. So this is a big chunk of British infantry. I'm
have
excited to
actually
also
entirely
find
field.
out how they will deploy before attacking.
Yeah, we'll cross the short part of the field.
What kind
the
of
shortest
formation
part.
and attack pattern they will utilize. It's such a big amount of troops here in like one small area, and the Russians do have mortars
Ethan, you're good to
at
just
their
start
disposal.
heading straight east
So
from this
once the
position.
attack begins,
and,
you've got to
set
be
up
up
roughly
on
over
your
there.
feet and moving quickly. I think they're going to
My squad is
try
crossing
and
the field the
attack
shortest possible
from the
time
most
limit.
hidden direction, and if we're
Yeah, just cross
following
the
their
field,
path,
zero and bump.
it does look like the Brits will be attacking from the straight northwest of Neva Lower. And as you can tell, this is a very heavily forested area. You can practically break out of the... Oh, it's actually
Command,
over
this
here,
is
so it's a
Squad
tiny bit further to the south. But
Shoot.
yes, if they move through the forest
Command,
here,
Squad 1's taking
near the road,
contact on our
cross the
northern fire
open,
team.
they will
They're
have
shooting
a
us
very,
from
very
that,
good
across
position
the
to
river
attack
north.
from. It's completely covered, partially on the
that,
high
pulling back.
ground, and there's lots of just
We don't
hard
wanna
cover
cross them.
that they need in order to attack. And the Russians don't have any ice here to the north or northwest. They seem to be really focused on the south, partially west, and mostly east, from what I can tell right now.
Southeast.
The
where?
issue with attacking from the north or northwest in this case is that they will leave their
Oh, was that a
their
discharge?
left side slightly
Not on my
open
part,
to
not me.
the Russians potentially arriving from Neva Upper. It's not going to be a quick
Wasn't on
route
mine.
or a
Sounded
quick
worse
distance for them to travel.
Yeah, it was our
So if the Brits are quick enough, I think
Squad
they'll
4,
make
midday.
quick work out of the Russian garrison down here. We
That's
do
fair.
see some weaponry as well. I could be mistaken. Is this a mortar down here? No, this is
You have
just
to
a
bypass this sometime
sandbag
here, our southeast.
trench. We're going to go ahead and refresh the
bypass
silhouettes
compound.
really quickly one more time here, just in order to make sure that we can tell everything going on here on the battlefield. That should be enough. So now we should have a few extra eyes on a few more Russian troops running around.
Mortars, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay,
mortars are
interesting.
on
I
Squad
think
1's fire team.
Russian command has made a decision here
Sound
to
disperse.
transfer the majority of the manpower from the south and east to the west and north. Potentially all the way to Neva Upper. We can see some really big distance being made here. And now mortars are starting to drop on one of the fire teams that were spotted here to the northeast. So I'm not sure if they were meant to be spotted.
What's that?
I'm
Have
not sure if they
hold
opened
position, try to
fire.
get 360
I couldn't
security
hear
around.
anything, but they were
We're gonna pause
spotted,
for a
and
second.
it might fool Russian
Can your
command into
northern
thinking
fire
they're
team
going to attack
confirm
Neva
that
Upper.
those mortars are Neva?
So this is just going to be super exciting. Once the
Yeah,
action
they're
kicks off a little bit more, I'm going to try and be a little more quiet and allow the squad leaders and command and everyone in the game to do most of the talking. I just want to set you up with a great idea of what's going on here. It can be a little confusing when I'm traveling around the map. I'm trying to spot all the vital parts myself. I'm trying to predict a turn of events. I'm trying to also put my 2 cents
All right, let's keep it down to
on the plan. I'm trying to let you guys know what I think will happen, because it's always interesting to. It's not a professional. It's not a professional opinion. I am in no ways a military expert. I would consider myself a bit of a hobbyist strategist. I mean, obviously, playing an immense amount of strategy games and being interested in military history will just learn you a few things without having to go to military school. But it is what I think, and I think some of you might be interested in knowing what I think will happen. But the game will speak for itself, and in a matter of minutes now, British forces will engage Russians here on Neva Lower. Now let's see how it turns out.
Okay, I'm approaching a ridge. I'm gonna peek over it. Hold my squad below it just to confirm what's on the other side.
Copy that. Hold your squad at below the ridge, like you said. We're essentially waiting for squad 4 to get in position, then we'll start engaging.
This is 4. We're almost in position.
Copy.
Okay, no line on a point from here. On this ridge, it's blocked by a lot of trees. If we push down, we'd have excellent cover to push into the village. Or at least support by fire.
Copy that.
And this is Squad 1.
Shoot.
Command, it looks like they pulled up their OPs on the east side of the Fox 12 peninsula, and they wandered back into Desna.
Copy that.
British forces are now deploying. We've got 1 squad attacking from the northwest, and the other 2 more from the direct north. They're definitely going to wing this in nicely here. The majority of the British forces are out of flanking distance from the Russian reinforcements.
Looks like they're inside buildings.
And one is going quite hard north here, almost stretching around to the east. Perhaps, potentially, also in order to stop Russian reinforcements from flanking the other 2 squads. I'm going to go ahead and refresh silhouettes one more time, because I did spot 1 British soldier down there running around without a silhouette. And we want to definitely be sure to have everyone spotted so that we don't miss out on any positions.
That's 4%.
But that does seem to be
Copy that 4.
the case. Okay.
I have some sort of good eyes into the town. I'm just not seeing anything.
Squad 2 is one of the stationary squads. Could this be Squad 4?
Copy. You guys can set your MGs.
This is Squad 4. He's splitting them up into 2 fire teams.
Fire team down.
And I think their primary objective will be to prevent Russian reinforcements from attacking the 2 squads here, engaging the lower village itself. Got Squad 3 and Squad 2 here getting ready. Squad 1 is probably getting reorganized and linked up. I'm not sure where the southern fire team went. I think I see parts of them over there. That could be, there they are. Indeed, that is just squad leaders. So the northern fire team is going to link up with the southern fire team and squad lead, and they're essentially going to attack across this river here in the center. Potentially also to suppress Russian reinforcements coming down from the north. They're going to be mostly visible.
Pretty far out. Looks like they're moving away from the town.
This is going to be very interesting.
Alright, Hero, move your squad to Low Bump's position. Low Bump, move roughly 150 meters east. You're gonna move alongside the road down south. We're repositioning further east. Efang report.
Say again?
That's your squad firing?
Yeah, we had another D.
Is it the same guy?
No, it's a different.
Low bump, you're not gonna be able to cross the road.
This road? Well, part of the squad did cross it.
Hold on, just have one hold.
Yeah, I'm spreading out my fire teams.
Yeah, Bravo left side.
I'm still moving to you guys.
There's only long stops I've been where gunfire still hasn't been like traded yet.
Borders definitely is.
Alright, so are we holding on this hill? Or are we moving?
No, it's like usually
Might die.
Oh, no, it's on.
That'd be interesting to see what happens.
Alright,
Oh,
thank you.
mortars.
Turn off.
I think I heard one round be fired at least.
Alright, low bump, start following the road down south. See what you can do.
Copy.
Heroes, just start moving slowly southeast. We're gonna slowly control these guys. Stay in cover though, don't stay on the road, just
Okay.
follow the silhouette of the road. Get your guys spaced out.
We got one Russian soldier here, looking to the north. He is not in the greatest of positions, but he's got decent cover here. He can't really see anything, so the British troops are going to be safe until they get pretty much right up into his face here. But still waiting for that first confrontation. Super excited.
Command, you want me to clear this blue house here to... Blue two-story?
Copy, yeah, if you can.
Bluetooth, or this is the Bluetooth story. Yeah, this will give them some good range and view of the area, and I think they might be able to sneak into it undetected.
Okay, I'm having one fire team clear all the other covers.
They are just very densely packed right now. This is not a good
Get everyone
formation
spaced
at
out.
all.
Weapons are free. You guys are free to engage if you see anything.
It's free.
3 troops moving closer to the abandoned building. Unaware of the fact that there are Russian troops up on the high ground back there, and they might just have them spotted.
You guys got more mortar.
Rocket coming out, I do believe.
Bottom 4 clear.
Yeah, they're trying to pick off squad 1 over here.
And the rest of the Russian squad are now getting reorganized. They have been spotted. British troops have been spotted entering this blue 2-story building here in the field. Anytime now, the battle will commence. I think it's going to kick off with a rocket from one of the Russian AE soldiers back there by the rock cover. Oh boy, it's going to get hot quickly. The British troops are going to have to be really quick to react here.
Engaging on the southeast peninsula.
The building is being abandoned.
To get their attention.
And shots fired.
Okay, we're taking fire. We're taking fire from the south. There's an AR set up in a blue or a green 2-story in the middle of the village.
Copy, I have eyes on him. All weapons free.
Once again, one more quick refresh of the silhouettes. There we go. That should give us the best idea possible of all the positions of all the players. Okay, we have more Russian troops coming in from the north now. This squad was part of the defense of Neva Lower, so there's only one Russian squad in Neva Lower currently. We've got one fire team over here on the right side of the screen, and another one there by the left side. One Russian squad is now moving down south, but part of that Russian squad is going to run into some of the British troops positioned here to prevent the Russians from reinforcing Neva Lower. This is going to be really, really interesting.
This is 4. We have contact 20 meters in front of us on the southeast.
You're free to engage, 4.
We're taking fire from the east. We've been engaged from the east across the field.
we go.
They're
Those
up
Russians
the
are going to be
hill to our
attacked from
east.
the
At
British
least a
troops
fire
to the
team.
left. And we have
Grid to follow.
the
Copy.
remaining part of that fire team by that rock
Start
formation
pulling
now
west,
engaging
pushing
the
west.
British troops by this side here of the road.
Yeah, we are currently 7 effective. We've lost it.
Start moving west. We're gonna attack from the west side up there on the east.
Rough grid is Foxtrot and 2-6 across the field. At least one fire team, 2 ARs.
Low bump, you're pushing with a hero squad. Efang, try to visualize eye contact on your southeast. Try to head south more, engage the contact to your west.
Yeah, I got heavy fire. That almost shot me.
Yeah, command. We don't have any targets visual on the east side, the west side of the river.
Copy that. You're free to cross on the southeast peninsula.
Then do you want sandbag?
What's in, guys? Spread out, get close.
Take snaps.
Do you want Ozzy?
They're on the
Is it you?
hill,
Ozzy, do
117.
you want a sandbag right here?
No, no, not now, not now.
All right.
Where are the
On the rocks above it. 173 on the rocks above.
We have contacts on the rocks to the south.
No, 173 above the rocks. On the rocks. On the rocks above it.
Yeah, they're on the rocks to the south of that red 2 story we called out. At least 1 AR.
Copy that.
Okay,
Low bump,
space
get
down,
over
RBD
to
percent.
hero's position. We're gonna engage in the south together.
Hey, here, watch out. You guys are dying behind you.
Looking northeast in case they try and move around
Thanks,
us.
Nope. To you now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, they're
taking that.
maneuvering east of their, they're moving north from that, wheat field in the southeast. I had 1.
What's your squad lead?
I'm right here. There's still on 5-0 on the hill. Building sandbag.
Are they up on the hill?
Reloading.
Low bump, get over to hero's position. We gotta cross southwest side. We gotta do this quick before the reinforcements come in from behind.
Sandbag would be easy to get back.
Copy, I'm pulling off. I'm moving to him.
Hey, suppressing him. Hold on.
I'm on hero. I've got a fire team with me.
Yeah, on top of the hill too, like our 165 in our position. Just spray like.
This
from
4 we have
165
northeast, he's
to
running
176
towards.
on the hill. Just spray.
Copy that. You're free to engage all the contact towards. We're engaging now.
Red the love.
There's a whole squad in it. It's a trans.
You wanna just go right ahead.
Copy that. That means we do this quick. Low bump, start moving southwest.
Do you want me moving? Copy.
Hero, use whatever you have to start
Oh,
engaging contact on the
shit.
hill.
That was close. It looks like everyone survived the rocket, though. So we're going to have to patch up. So, how is the situation looking? We did have a full transport arrive to the north. We can see that it has run into a tree. Most of the Russians have dismounted, and they're being slaughtered out in
We
the
made it
field.
across with no incident.
This is just absolutely tragic. Squad 4 and its 2 fire teams are going to suppress and destroy any Russian troops out here in the open. They're trying to throw smokes, but it's looking pretty bad. Some did survive
Command, do you want me
the
continuing
attack.
east after,
They made it to a
once
small
everyone's just
riverbed
building or
here.
heading up into the hills to the south?
I think they're going to try and make the best out of the situation. They're going to have to escape, get out of Dodge, and just retreat and
Copy,
fight
you want me to
another
clear out
day.
the whole peninsula, so move into that rock formation on the very
A lot of Russian troops coming running here.
Yeah, move as far
So the
south
Brits are
as
going
you
to try
need
and
to
chase
until
them
you're
off,
direct southwest.
put them on the
If
run,
you're taking too much
and
contact over
disable
there,
them
start
for
heading
a
back
brief
southwest
amount
to
of time.
Regroup with us. It's too hot. Hero, whatever
It does
got
look
with you,
like
we're
Squad
across
4 lost part of the fire team to
There's
the
someone on the slide
west.
took fire,
Only
but,
2
missed.
troops
I'm not sure if
alive, part of that 4-man
A
group.
lot of my squad is conflicting
But
around.
I think it might have been enough to just
Alright,
scare the hell out of the Russian
Hero,
troops
you're free to stay
reinforcing
here
Neva
and do
lower.
whatever you
We're
want
going to
with
do
your
one
squad,
more
and,
silhouette
keep suppressing
refresh so
with
that
that
we
air.
can actually see
I'm
what's
moving
going on,
flow
and there we
bomb.
can tell that there's
Alright, copy
quite a lot of Russian survivors part of that squad. So a few people dismounted, they were shot dead, but not a
X-Mate, you're
big
free to
loss for
cross
the Russians so
southeast
far at
peninsula
all.
Whenever. As well
Yep,
as
we're working on it.
copy that. And we need Ink squad to pull back E-Tanks down.
Okay,
No fire team leads left. It's unfortunate.
squad 2, and
Keep
what I
moving,
believe is
Luke, okay,
squad
keep-
3 and
No,
5.
fire team
Yeah, we're taking fire. We're moving. We're mounting at this point. 'cause
Moving up
it's
from
an
the
open
south,
area.
putting a lot of suppressing fire on a few Russian defenders left facing the south. We'll see if they can hold the Brits back for long, but the Brits need to get out of this predicament quickly, because right now they're fighting uphill. They don't have a lot of movement area as well. They're quite kind of squeezed in here. There's a river to their right and a big open ground to their left, so they need to push up
Copy, you're free
north into
You're free to
the town itself. We got one more British squad here, though, slightly further northwest, that will be attacking in, so they're going to hopefully make things easier for the pinned squad down here. A very low number of Russians actually pinning these guys down here, so the Brits need to get them free quickly so that they can be put to good use here in Neva Lower.
I have at least 2 contacts moving north from that huge rock formation. They're currently in grid Echo 1217.
Copy that.
We're about to see some urban engagements soon. Looks like the remaining part of Squad 4 are disengaging. They're heading south. They scared away that Russian squad quite nicely. They moved really far north, and they're going to take it really easy, suspecting that they might be chased and followed by the ambushing British squad. So they've bought themselves some time. Now they're going to head south and link up with the rest of the platoon. And we have Squad 1 now crossing the river. They've been out of action except for taking a few mortar rounds. They're going to come in so nicely because we have one more Russian squad coming in from the east. They're going to put the center squad here in a bit of a predicament, and Squad 1 is going to be so well needed here in this situation. So I'm so excited to see how this attack is going to turn out for the British troops attacking. So far, they've done really well. It's not really turned out to what I thought it would be, but then again, military plans never go according to plan. Oh, command is down. Command is down.
Dismounting infantry to our north. They said they're trying to
We just lost command, by the way. Who was in some command? Command has been killed.
Copy. Hey.
It doesn't look like.
Hey, one tap man.
Doesn't look like the British have established their chain of command
Alright, copy that.
quite
So
officially.
What's the situation
I
over
think
there on the west
XBit
side?
will
You got
resume
contacts in the
command
hills
from
to
now
yourself in
on.
Echo 12?
We've got
Yeah,
contacts
copy. It
in
was
the
at least 2.
Alright,
It was at
copy
least
that.
2. We engaged them. But they, according to dismounts, it'll be coming from the north now in more force.
Alright, copy that. 2, go ahead and hold your position. Let Squad 4 reinforce you. He doesn't have a squad leader anymore. 3, keep probing to the south.
We're taking fire from the east. I almost got taken out. Yeah, so south of you 2, east of me.
Nice flank there. It's going to disable one Russian defender, holding this small housing area. A lot of suppressing fire coming out of that building. So that is where the Russians have strongholded. It is a pretty solid structure. Lots of sandbags outside, so it is a formidable position. I think the British forces have now figured out where the Russian FOB is located. This is the target. This is what they need to destroy. And right now, the Russians are in a underwhelming force here in this area. They do have reinforcements coming in, but they're going to be so distracted by the nearby squads here to the north and now the southeast.
It looks like Squad 2's got a foothold in the city.
We're going to update the silhouettes one more time because Russian reinforcements have arrived down here. Now we can tell that they're up here on the high ground.
Because we're getting fucked south, because that's where we're, they're in the hills above us.
We can't beat them. They have the high ground.
If XBit dies now, I think the chain of command is going decay completely. So it's going to be very important for him to try and stay alive. Right now, he's kind of resuming what the former commander did. And he's got some good troops with him here, so I think they're going to be very capable. 2 Russians killed here in close quarter action.
Yeah, me and the rest of my guys were maybe.
The Russians are
4
very
left.
spread out
We're
right now.
pretty much pinned down here.
I'm having a hard time
this building.
telling who belongs to what squad, but I guess that's just what happens when you get attacked from all directions. You get kind of separated and split up.
I'm reloading.
Yeah, my squad's gonna pull back north. Since we've been taking a lot of fire, we're gonna pin down. We're gonna try and link up with squad 4 for the remnants of it.
I'm gonna put my high X in the building. Watch back us.
You're good.
Back blast, back blast.
You're good.
Nice shot! Seriously good. Wrong window, but it did the trick. I thought it was going to hit the right one. He did kill a soldier inside. Possibly, I think a squad leader, possibly Russian command. So that was a good hit. He's going to lower the amount of defenders here in the area quite significantly just by killing that one soldier. So there's one left here by the sandbags. More smoke grenades are coming in. The British troops here are in such an overwhelming number and position and advantage right now. I just don't know why they're... It feels like a small number of Russians are really putting a lot of pressure on a much larger British force. The Russian reinforcements haven't even made it in yet, so I think we might see a potential counterattack. This squad is being held up by what seems to be about the remains of a whole Russian squad. It's just a tricky fight right now. We have one Russian flanking around severely, and he's doing so much damage right now. Why have they not killed him yet? Is Swine going to knock him out? It does look like it, but X-Bit should be down, seeing as Swine is now in command of Squad 1. The Brits took a lot of casualties there in that flanking move, so this is just some gruesome combat here by the ridge to the southwest, or southeast. Excuse me. Look at the amount of British troops coming in from the north. It does seem like 1 or 2 Russians put a whole fire team and then some on the run here, made them retreat to the north to reorganize here, so it seems like just about the remains of 2 squads are now going to be attacking from the north. And I mean, there's just not a lot of Russian resistance left in the area here. I feels like they lost the blitz, they lost the speed and momentum.
I'm feeling about a far east push.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 Russians here. One on the side of the street by the transport truck. And another 3 spread out near the actual fob location.
We have a 7.5 here.
Oh, they need to get over that stone fence now. Rock wall, one could call it.
You're solo, hey, you're solo. Contact. Son of a bitch. We lost contact behind. Man.
Contact northwest.
You guys sure? I'm gonna refresh my silhouettes again. I don't think we got anything to the northwest, but nerves are really tense right now. Okay, they're storming across now. We got a few British survivors, part of the squad that made it down here earlier. They're left here behind some of the houses. Hopefully, friendly fire will be limited now in this close quarter engagement. Remains of Squad 1 are pulling back, attacking from a different angle, trying to get up the blunt or the steep side here on this ridge. Was disastrous for both sides involved, I'd say. Both teams took a lot of casualties there, so they're going to try a different approach. Lots of smoke on the ground, lots of dense groups of British troops here. I'd really like to see them spread out more. Russian reinforcements have now made it down to the east side. They're going to link up with what's left of the Russian fire team here on the east side of Nivolower. They're going to form a very formidable fighting force. Can the remains of the British assault take out the fob and secure a hold of the village before the Russian troops establish a formation for a counterattack? We'll have to find out. Honestly, this is anyone's game right now. And as we can tell, there's really no command level comms going on. I don't know who's in charge right now. I don't think anyone's stepping up to it, so it's down to all the fire teams and all the individual squads right now to do most of the situation. Oh man, we got a lot of Russian troops coming in here from the north now. Oh, and they're going to be exposed. Oh, there goes one more. It's a good trade, though. An eye for an eye. It's the best you can make out of a situation like that. Look at the grouping here, though. Like, one rocket or one grenade from the Russian troops coming in over that ridge. Oh, we got a lot of Russian troops coming in over there now. Squad leader is going to establish the fact that there's a whole British squad behind one building. He's going to spread people out, and they're going to open up hell. Watch this happen systematically. This is going to be a slaughter. They're going to spread out, and they're going to open up. You might even see a rocket be fired. Possibly also two. Limited British casualties, and the remains are now charging south to get to the FOB location. If they can disable it, they've completed part of the objective. Oh, he just ran into some of that AK fire. That was devastating. Okay, we got some room clearing or house clearing to do now. There was one more troop.
Let's try to take the upstairs. Go slow, go quiet. Crouch.
Squad 2, what's happening
Oh,
there?
are you going to move up with a medium machine gun first? Good clearing, though. Good clearing. Eye for an eye. That is to be expected. I'd actually expect more casualties for the Brits trying to clear this building out. So, building has been cleared out.
No, we do not have eyes on the radio yet.
Buff should be able to hear the radio. He should be able to call that in. You can hear it on the upstairs. We've got one guy outside. It does seem like we're down to 2 British soldiers in the actual area here. There goes one Russian squad lead. That's not a bad shot at all. Dixon might get... No, actually, that other Russian troop is going to quickly bounce back to the other side of the fence. But yeah, there's so many Russians in here right now. This counterattack has been really efficient. There's 4 British soldiers arriving as reinforcements to the southeast. I'm not sure if Buff can actually hear the radio upstairs. Like, if he's the last one in his squad, I mean, does he even know what to do? Of course, depending on how much experience he has had in the game, I wouldn't put any more pressure on an individual. But it does look like he's going to move upstairs. He can see the radio now, so if he brings out his shovel, he should be able to destroy it. That would complete part of the objective. He's going to just clear the remains of this floor. There's no one there. Is he going to start disabling the radio? That would sort of complete the objective partially. Oh, there are so many Russians waiting to get in now. I think he's going to make a last stand in here. Here they come. No, he's going to start digging. It's a little too late. He's going to be caught off guard there by one Russian soldier who's going to actually kill him there.
Wow.
That was close. Very close. Unlucky, though. But the Russians made it in the nick of time. But the battle is not over yet. We have 4 British soldiers in a decent position here, capable of attacking from a high ground and nicely spread out. Although there's just too many Russians down in a lot of hard cover down below, and I just don't think it's going to be enough for the Brits to secure a victory here. Is that a, no, he is KIA as well. Does look like he died as well. They're probably bled out. Got a bit of a lone wolf. I saw some lone wolf action down further south. It could have been him, and that he just died. I thought I spotted another Russian soldier running off alone here, but I was possibly quite possibly wrong.
Sandbags, rep 050.
Ooh.
Fuck. They're far, they're deep, they're pretty deep. Zero 50 smoke. 050. There are some sandbags that are looking right over here. Medic, you get me up. Or heal me at least.
Are we the only ones alive except Squally 2?
It looks like it, yeah. We need to go hard and fast here.
Okay.
Oh, Dick's Folk is still alive. Back in his... Oh, he's going to be killed there. He was shot by 3 Russians who actually heard his gunfire. But he did kill a Russian soldier or 2, so that is going to allow Swine to get in on the flank. Another British soldier was killed in action. We've got 3 Brits remaining right now. We've got Imanov here on the right side of the right building. Oh, is he going to be able to... He's going to be able to bring 1 in! Not 2! He's going to have to reload. He took some fire previously. I'm not sure how he survived that. He's still taking shots. He's still alive, though. Oh, my God. And he's just brought down with a... I can't believe he survived that many shots. Swine is entering the building. 1 down. 2 down. And he's got the knife. No! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! He did it! And he bled out. Oh, my God! Holy shit! That was insane. That was the craziest close quarter engagement I've ever seen. He almost got it out. That was insane. Wow. Okay, well, the British team is going to lose out here during round 1. It was such a close game. We saw some real hero moves here towards the end, and that was just insane. Hope you guys enjoyed this round, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Ciao.